Okay, guys, again, I cannot stress enough to you how this is formula based. So generally it's what? It's just easy. You just plugging numbers into formulas. All right, that's all it is. Plugging numbers into formulas. Very simple process. However, there is a difference that you need to understand. There's the law of cosine, and then there's the law of what? Sine. All right. Now, most kids, for whatever reason, don't really know when to use one or the other. And I'm trying to show you, even if you don't know, let's say you try to use the law of sines. If you try to use the law of sines when you can't use the law of sines, your ratio or your proportion won't ever work. So better understand that. Right. So that's your clue that if it's not law of sines, then we're going to go do what? Law of cosines. All right. And I always tell kids to start out. Law of cosine is for side, 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 or side, angle, side. That's what you use the law of cosine for. Notice that an angle and an opposite side are never given for law of cosines. An angle and an opposite side are never given. So side, side, side can't be used because we're missing all three what? Angles. And in that proportion, if you can visualize that proportion, it was sine A over A equals sine B over B. If both angles are missing, can you solve the proportion? No, because there's two unknowns. When you set up a proportion, you have to have 3 out of 4 terms. All right. So we can't use that. Same thing with side, angle, side. Now, what I'd like for you to understand is that the angle is opposite the side, correct? Mm-hmm. This angle is between those two sides, right? Is everybody with me? So I need you to know from that information that the law of sine is used when you have an angle and its opposite what? And its opposite side. All right, so as soon as you can say, okay, this angle, and I have the known opposite side, that's when you use what? That's when you use law of sines. All right. So that's just good information. But as I always say, if you forget that on the test, it doesn't matter because which one is easier to use? The law of sine. Hopefully just by, how do we know that? Just by based on the formula alone, right? Based on the formula alone. So I need you to understand that as soon as the angle and you see its opposite side is given, then you automatically use law of sines. That's how easy. All right. And on the test, they'll be mixed up and you have to be able to tell when am I using the law of sines, when am I using the law of cosines. All right. Now let's look at this interpretation. All right. I want, and the reason I wrote all 3 of them was because it looks like there are 3 different formulas. But in reality, there's just what? There's just one formula. All right. Now, how do you know what formula to use? All right. That's why I don't really like the formula based as much because, you know, they give me A, B, and C, and then on the test, you're going to have what? X, Y, and Z. You're like, which one do I use? Because it's not A, B, C. Right. So now here's what I need you to know about this. All right. I need you to understand that when you need law of cosine, all right, first thing I want you to do is always try to find the largest angle, but we'll talk about that more. But what I want you to realize is this angle and this side, where are they in relationship to the equation? They're on the outside of the formula. All right, that's what I need you to understand. All right, so the angle that you're going to use and its opposite side are on the outside of the equation. Is everybody with me on that? All right, and that just helped me put in place all of the rest of the parts. Now, again, I'm telling you, it's really simple. All right, it's really simple. So let's take a look at number 1. All right. Now it's telling me to solve what? The triangle, which means I need to find all of the what? Yeah, I need to find everything. Okay. So can I use law of sines? No, because again, just emphasizing this angle and this side both have to be known in order to use law of sine. This angle and this side, nope. And then finally, I'm looking at this angle and this side. One of them is missing, so you can't use law of sine. You must use law of what? Cosine. All right. So then what I tell everyone to do is I tell them to highlight the angle that is given. The angle given is angle which letter? C. So then I need you to put the opposite side next to it. All right. So now what I'm telling you is this, is that this C goes on the outside of the equation. So immediately I just write down C squared equals, now I'm always trying to tell kids, this is kind of how I memorized it. All right. This is like the Pythagorean theorem. All right. C squared equals what? A squared plus B squared. All right. Then it's minus 2, and then these two multiplied together, and then cosine of the angle. All right. Now, again, if you write it out each time, you guys are so smart. If you write out these 15 times or whatever many problems there are, you should then what? Know the formula. All right. That's why I say you should write it out. For those of you guys who just need to see the formula once and you're good and we can move on, I'm not expecting you to write out the formula. I just want you to what? Plug in the numbers as you're going. So the numbers that I plug in, do I know the outside side? No. So that's the variable C squared equals. Now what? 4 squared or 9 squared, you're right. 4 squared plus 9 squared minus 2 times 4 times 9 times cosine of 128. And that is C squared. So you take out your handy dandy calculator and don't try to do it in pieces. Do not try to do it in pieces. Just do the whole thing. Plug the whole thing in. All right. And I need someone to tell me what C squared is equal to. 141.328. Now that's C squared, of course. Now it wouldn't make sense to put C equals 141. Does everybody agree with that? Because sometimes kids forget to do what? Take the square root. So then you just take the square root of that answer. So C is approximately to 3 decimal places, what? 11.888. 11.888. All right, that is in fact the measure of C. All right, now, do we have an angle and an opposite side? Yes. All right, so now, do I want to do law of cosine or do I want to do law of sine? Law of sine is easier. All right, so I want you to do law of sines. So now we're going to say sine of 128 over, and I'm going to put this down, my answer, because I'm really trying to help you with your calculator, not do a what? Estimate. I don't want you to type in 11.888. I want you to type in what? The answer that's on your calculator. Is everybody with me? Then that is equal to sine of what letter? Sine of A over 9. Thank you. Sine of A over 9. Now, because we are talented, we know to just multiply 9 sine 128. Make sure you close the parentheses after the trig function, then divided by, and then click up arrow and go to this non-rounded 11.888. If you put 11.888 on your calculator, do I really care? No. That's why you round to 3 decimal places. 3 decimal places is really accurate. All right. But I don't like to type in 11.88 because it's easier to click up and hit enter. And then I need that decimal. So sine of A is equal to what number? 0.597. Perfect. Now what do I need to do? Inverse sine. Thank you. Inverse sine. So angle A was roughly what? 36.625 degrees. Now, remember what I keep telling you. I can't help you. All right. You have to come up with the numbers on your own. I am not saying he's correct because am I doing the problem? I am not doing the problem. You are doing the problem. And if you're coming up with something different, you can tell me. That just means you don't know how to use your calculator unless he doesn't know how to use the calculator. All right. So what? Solving this proportion. Cross multiply and divide. Cross multiply, divide. And I told you, whenever you're looking for an angle, you have to do inverse sine or inverse cosine, all right? Or even inverse tangent, all right, when you're looking for an angle. So I have angle A is 36.625. Is everybody happy with that? Now, you add 128. Just add 128 to your answer. And then do minus 180. I know it comes up negative, but we're smart enough to know it's not the negative, it's the what? Positive. So then we have angle B. 15.375. Angle B is roughly 15.375 degrees. All right, so there were 3 missing pieces, and we have found the missing 3 pieces. That's how simple. All right, very, very simple. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? All right, let's check out number 2. All right, so for number 2, I don't really care about, I'm going to do this. I like to sometimes just get rid of those, just to try to throw you off. All right. Now everybody's looking at that. What are we doing? Law of sines. How do we know? Angle and an opposite side. And that's good enough. Somebody with me? All right. Now, why did I erase that stuff? I erased it because I want you to know it doesn't matter what the letters are. It makes no difference what the letters are. Okay. So Lucas, set this up for me. Sine 25 over 8
equals sine A over 18.
Now, could we have done B first? There's no way to do B. The reason why there's no reason to do B or no way is because we don't have the angle or the opposite side. All right, now please don't write the workout. Do it on your calculator. Cross multiply and then what? Divide. Cross multiply and divide. All right. And when you do that, you're free to write down sine of A is approximately what? 0.951. Then I have to do what? Inverse sine. So that means angle A is approximately 969. Then you do what? Add 25 to your answer, minus 180, and disregard the negative. All right. And so that tells me that angle B is approximately what? Okay. Man, that's why I don't like teaching this lesson. Look up for a second, guys. 83 point what? 001. Did someone say 031? I'm sorry, guys. All right. So now let's look at angle. I'm going to put angle A in here, and then I want someone. All right. Maybe it's just the picture. Here we go. Angle A was 71.969 and angle B is 83.031. Okay, so Now let's figure out what side B is. All right, let's figure out what side B is. What do I set it up for me?
Sine 25 over 8 equals sine 83.031 over B.
All right, cross multiply and divide and tell me what we got.
$18.78 or 790.
18 point what?
790.
790. All right, so I'm going to put that in here. And then I want to tell you why I thought there was a mistake. Can anybody tell me why I thought there was a mistake on this one? The angle, right. This angle is obtuse. All right, that angle is obtuse. Does everybody see that? All right. Now, there is an extra lesson in here that you will be taught in pre-calculus, because oftentimes or sometimes there's two triangles that can be formed. All right. But I don't want to get into that right now. Now I want to see, does the triangle's measures make sense, but the triangle does not make sense? Why is that? Yes. Somebody tell me why it's true. Go ahead.
Because the largest angle has the largest side.
The largest angle is opposite the largest side. That is true. All right. So it's just the what? It's just the picture drawn inaccurately. Is everybody with me on that? All right. So that's why, again, I thought there was a mistake. And sometimes when you're doing these problems, you just have to be careful because there's two ways to make the triangle. All right. But that's not what we're going to be discussing. All right. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. I think the triangle should represent what the numbers are, so it's accurate. All right, so let's look at the next one now. So now I have what? No picture. So in my opinion, I want you to draw it out. All right. And I want the largest side to be what? B, right? So that means that this is B, this is B. And then I want the shortest side to be what? C. And then the one in the middle to be what? A. All right. So this is A and this is C. So C is 3, A is 4, and B is 6. Okay. Now I need you to make a note because you can make a mistake on these. All right. I need everybody to write, always find the largest side first. All right. The largest side, I should say, I said the largest side, God. What I meant to say is the largest what? Yeah, the largest angle, sorry. Find the largest angle first. So what angle am I looking at first? I need everybody to find B first. All right. I need everybody to find B first. All right. So now I don't care about the formula. I just want you to know I'm finding these two. These two things go where on the formula? At the outside, on the very ends. All right. Come on. That's important information. All right. The angle on the side that you're looking for always go on the outside. All right. So on this side, or in this triangle, it's going to be written as 6 squared equals 3 squared plus 4 squared minus 2 times 3 times 4 times cosine of B. All right. Now, once again, I don't think kids are good at order of operation. So I need everybody to pay attention to me. I don't want any work. I just want someone to tell me cosine of B is approximately what decimal point? All right. Now you're supposed to be able to work backwards here. You're supposed to be able to work backwards. So what do I need to do first? Come on, guys. Hear me now. All right. Clear your calculator and listen. We're going to work backwards together. Hit clear. Here's what I want everybody to do. All right. And then you tell me immediately if you don't understand what I'm saying. All right. So everybody on your calculator, do 6 squared minus 3 squared minus 4 squared. Then hit equals. Does everybody understand that? Right? I'm moving the numbers from the right side to the what? To the left. I'm not doing 6 squared is 36 and 3 squared is 9 and 4 squared is 16 and adding 16 and 9. Does everybody understand that? I don't want you to do that. It's a waste of time. Now, you have that number in. Divided by, everybody hit divided by, parentheses, -2 times 3 times 4. And then tell me what decimal that is. And if you want to close the parentheses at the end, you can, but it's not necessary. What is it?
Negative 0.458.
Negative 0.458. All right. Now, if you didn't get that, that just means you're having trouble with the calculator. And guys, the test is going to be mostly what? Calculator. If you don't know how to use the calculator, now's the time to figure it out. All right. Now, the other thing I want to share with you is this. All right. Please look, because some of my kids last year liked this. All right. So just one more thing. I want you to hit second and then the fraction button right next to it, the X. Hit second and X. And doesn't a fraction automatically come up on your screen? Or alpha, not out. Just listen to me. Yes, you can do it that way, but you can also hit alpha and then hit the variable X and the fraction should come up. Does everybody see that? That's kind of like a shortcut. Right? Is everybody with me? So on your screen, I would like this and I would like this. All right. Now what goes on the top? You can put 6 squared minus 3 squared minus 4 squared. That goes on the top. Now, do you need a parentheses if you put it on the bottom? No. So then you can just do -2 times 3 times 4. And then you don't have to worry about any parentheses. Now hit enter. And is it the same result? It might leave it as a fraction though. But that's why I'm so happy. Everybody's got to be doing it on your calculator, or you know, I promise you, when you sit and take your test, it's a little bit harder. Jackson, where's your graphing calculator? Is that your graphing calculator?
No.
Where's your graphing calculator? Okay, it's completely different on that calculator. It's done completely different. All right. So I need your calculator. All right. Everybody needs that. Now, does everybody understand you can do it one of two ways? If you understand order of operation, I don't need to do the fraction. If you prefer the fraction, you can hit alpha and then X, then type it in that way. All right. Now, does anybody have any issues with that? All right. Then what do we need to solve for B? Right. And you're going to do inverse cosine of the answer that you just did. You don't need to round it. And then what does angle B work out to be?
117.280.
All right, 117.28 degrees. Everybody with me now? Now, once I have that, I can now just do what is quicker?
Sine.
Law of sine. All right, so with that information now, all right, we're going to use law of sine. All right, and law of sine would be what? Sine of 117.28 over 6 is equal to what? Sine of C, he said, over what, Harrison? Over 3. Now, once again, you're cross multiplying and dividing and doing inverse sine all on your calculator. If you can do that on your calculator, that means you understand completely order of operation. All right. And it'd be nice if you just made your mistakes in class and then correct them. All right. So from there, C is approximately, when someone has it, go ahead.
26.384.
26.384 degrees. Does anybody agree with that? Now remember, don't trust anybody else. Only trust yourself. So that goes in for C. Now, how do I figure out what A is? You add the 117. Now you just hit plus on your calculator and go up to where there was 117.28, hit equals. And then after that, you do what? 180 minus that, or you can just do minus 180. And now I need the answer for angle A.
36.336.
All right. Now, I always used to check my test and see if I was accurate. Smallest angle is opposite the what? Smallest side. Middle angle is across from the middle side, and largest is across from largest. Is everybody okay with that? Now, hopefully you understand what I'm saying. It's just plugging numbers into formulas. That's it. All right. I want you to leave St. John's going, that's just easy. Anytime somebody gives you a formula, you're like happy because you know it's going to be what? Easy. All you got to do is know what goes where in the formulas. All right. So let's go ahead and knock number 4 out. All right. So let's go ahead and make the triangle. Now, what kind of triangle am I making? What is that? What is the angle? Obtuse. So it'd be a good idea to make an obtuse triangle. To me, that kind of made sense. All right. And I'm going to try to, I'm going to try to move it out of the way. All right. So I can do my work. And then I just start filling it in. If this is 103 degrees, what angle is opposite it? Or what side is opposite that? A. Do they give us A? No. All right. B is what? 31. All right. And I like to scoot it in because I want it to be smallest. Right. So I know now that B is 31, which is going right here. So I put a B up here. Bless you. And then 52 is larger, so that's going there. And then I have C. Everybody good on that? All right, now someone else, be brave. Someone is not speaking up. Tell me how to write the equation. What am I writing the equation as? First of all, am I doing law of sines or law of cosines? Definitely law of cosines. All right. All right, go ahead.
A squared
Good,
equals 31 squared
good,
plus 52 squared
good.
minus 2 times 31 times 52 cosine of B. Or no, cosine of 103.
Cosine of 103. Perfect. Now, can I just type this straight in on my calculator and not worry about it? Yep, because it's all multiplication. All right, addition, subtraction. So just type it in. And then I know A squared is equal to what?
4,390.242.
4,390 point blah, blah, blah. So I need someone to tell me, what does side A equal? Say it again, loud and proud. All right, 258, 259. I don't really care. Does that look reasonable? Because that is opposite the largest side, so it has to be the largest angle. What you need? A what? I used. They were up here. Someone Well, Brennan. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Brennan was destroying my napkins the other day. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not it either. All right, sorry. So now someone set the next step up, please. Sine 103 over 66.258. And remember, you can go grab that using your arrows. Equals sine B over 31. Beautiful. All right, now hopefully everybody understands what I mean by this right here. All right. And now you don't have to show me any work on your test. All you have to do is give me the answer. All right, because I think you can use your calculator. And somebody tell me angle B worked out to be what?
27.121.
Anybody else get that?
Yeah.
Okay, 27.121 degrees. Okay, how do I find the other missing piece? Yep. Yep, just add that to 103 and then go minus 180. And what was angle C? 49.8, you said 79, somewhere around there? All right. And remember, I don't care if you're off a little bit.
I got 86.620.
Well, it can't be 86 because 103 plus 86 would be more than 180, right?
It's true.
So remember, you have to be careful when you go up and grab what number. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not sure or you can't make the,
I
you
did 66 instead of
okay. All right, so I think I've done enough for today. We have 10 minutes left. You should get a couple done. But hold up. Now, like I said, if you're sitting there not participating, not doing it on your calculator, only you know if you understand it. All right, I don't mind if you couldn't get that angle B, you forgot how to cross multiply, or you don't know how to use your calculator very effectively, you can let me know. Anybody have an issue? All right. So how many questions? Oh, there's not that many. Yeah, maybe we'll do this. Let's try these. And then tomorrow I'll just have that review ready so we can get the review a little bit early. Is everybody with me on that? All right, so let's just try. You have 10 minutes. You know, I think if it takes 5 minutes a problem, then that's okay. 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of homework if you do these two in class. All right, so do those, finish this up for homework. And then tomorrow, after we go over this worksheet, I'll collect it and then I'll just give you the review. And you can kind of get started on the review and see how things are going. All right. Now, it's nice for you guys, after you do a question, ask your neighbor if you got the same thing. All right. Draw the triangles. Remember, if it's side, 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 always do the what first?
Largest angle.
Yes, find the largest angle first. There's a reason for that. But just do me a favor, do the largest angle first. All right. The end. Good job today, guys. I appreciate it.